people who rescue a lot of lives always downplay it.
I'm sure that.
Yeah.
What makes a hero?
Actually, I can't really answer that question truthfully. It's just one of those things that made me not want to give up.
I didn't believe that I was going to survive that day, as much as I was hanging on to life and hoping just for something miraculous to happen, which did.
Lines clear, whales free.
When you ask people who have been involved in saving lives, they often claim they don't see themselves as heroes.
Hero is not the word to use. There's a hero's effort to have built something that has gone on to save people's lives.
Sometimes it does make me emotional. Like I'm helping someone out there. Yeah, that's how. Sorry, man. Thanking the company for giving me an opportunity and NSRI.
This is a story of how rescue boats are born and heroes are made.
Founded in 1967 as a non-profit organization, the National Sea Rescue Institute operates a 24-hour service throughout the year, with 26 rescue boats from 20 rescue stations ready for instant use.
In 1966 het ek 'n stilbaaivis gevang. In April maand die oggend toe gaan ons uit en daai dag by die vis iets verskriklik. En so vinnig as jy kan trek, kan jy maar vang ons hulle. Toe sê ek vir die manne, gooi alles af en pomp water. Dis net ons op die skei. En dit is een berg op van 'n brander en af van see, groot see. Teruggekom en ons het net lanterntjies aan die skuite gehad. Sien ons toe, sê hulle, maar daar is 'n lanterntjie. Toe dryf daar planke en visse en jerseys. En hier sien ons een man in 'n lifebuoy. Toe sit 'n vreeslike treurspel. Want 17 mense daai nag hulle lewe in die see verloor.
Paddy Price, a swimming instructor, read about this terrible incident. Moved by the lack of a sea rescue institute in South Africa, Paddy started an intensive letter writing campaign. And in 1967, the South African Inshore Rescue Service was born, in the hope of preventing such a tragedy from happening again.
What do you envision when you think about drowning at sea? The most likely thing to occur in a real-life situation is chaos. It's yet another reason we need heroes.
When I first heard the noise coming from underneath the hull, I got a shiver down my spine and panic kind of struck in. I wasn't sure how we were going to get them out.
Everybody's now fighting for their own lives. People are onbeskof. They are rude. They fluke each other. They hit each other out the way. It's just absolute chaos. You know what goes through your mind when you're under there? It's actually quite amazing. Like you think about, I didn't clean my house is like not so. If something has to happen to me, then who's going to go in there? And I really hope that they look after my babies. The other lady, she was speaking and panicking. She has to get out of here. She's not dying today. She must get out of here. But we couldn't, I swear, I tried. Even tried to bite the knot that was there.
Very thick fiberglass hull, quite hard to hit. With cold hands, it hurt. We used the dive knife and they in turn responded with knocks. And it was an amazing feeling.
The fact that someone had been in that hull for that period of time and had actually come up and was still conscious, severely hypothermic but still conscious, was an absolutely incredible feeling. That's what we're there for. It's those kind of scenarios that makes you do what you do.
I wanted to sleep. I was never so tired in my life. Hey, baby girl. Hey, Lexi pie.
What makes a hero is perhaps simply that, knowing you've saved someone. The more complicated part is having the wisdom to know that sometimes you can't.
A quick trip back to shore to refuel before rescuers head back out into the cold Atlantic water. With them, 2 family members taken along to help identify any wreckage.
I don't think the chances are very good
of finding anything at this stage. The sea conditions yesterday were very strong, southerly wind with quite a severe chop, and settled down a bit this morning, and we were hoping that we would find something today, but not yet.
And the sea's been too rough for rescuers to continue looking for him.
Which begs the question, what can be done in the here and now?
Came across these guys in Australia taking the 14-metre boats the size to sea in horrendous conditions. And I looked at it and thought, there's no way our current boats can do that. This has got to be the design we've got to seriously consider. From there, I found the naval architect, Didier Marchand.
All our research had gone into the vessel. Could she handle our weather? Could she perform like we wanted her to perform without any hesitation? What you see behind us there now is a vessel that's going to last sea rescue 40 years.
The first original Ork that came to South Africa, which is in Durban now, which is Rescue 5, was built by a yard in France. The second one, we've got like a shell, which was the hull, the deck, and the cabin. So it was like half and half. They did the build, and then we did the layout of everything, systems-wise, engines-wise. In Two Oceans built some molds off those, and we started building.
Hull number 3, the first entirely South African built Ork. Wonderful to see these bespoke rescue boats.
Hull number 4, Rescue 3, which is going to be stationed in Table Bay. Hats off to Two Oceans for all the work they've done.
Rescue 19, which is the Richards Bay one. I did a trip all the way from waterfront up to Richards Bay, and no problems. So that was one of the longest journeys of an Ork. I think it's worldwide. I don't know how far the other ones have gone, because most of them have been put on a ship and shipped across. This is the Ork number 6, which is destination is PE. Because it's in the port, it says PE. So this is the wheelhouse where your crew will be sitting. As you go through here, you'll be entering the accommodation. This is where whichever casualties they pick up along the ocean, wherever they're going to do a rescue. You've got a nice little small galley that gives you some hot water on tap. There's a microwave if it's a long journey out. Up here we've got an escape hatch, so if anything does go south, if you come through here, you'll enter the tank sort of compartment. So we've got dual fuel tanks, port and starboard. There's a bit of a heads going on here for if anyone gets a bit of seasick or if they've got a bit of a tummy ache. We've got the engine room, gearbox. We've got a Cummins and a Cummins. Fastest we've reached was, I think, 29 knots. And that is in, I think, 4 meter, 5 meter swells. All the way in the back, we've got your steering systems, and there's another like tiller compartment at the back here.
I think I'm who I am because of Two Oceans. Yeah. An opportunity to do it in South Africa, build our own DNA, which will help a lot of people.
How do you not make that go to your head?
Nah, I think it's just, in order for you to achieve things in life, you need to stay humble. And I think I wouldn't want to put it on my shoulders that, hey, I'm the superhero of the NSRI or the guy building the NSRI Orks.
Oh, it makes me feel proud, like I almost reached the skies, because I've been reading the stories, fishermen's this and all that kind of a guy. It makes me feel like, yes, that's my job. So it makes me feel like I'm also contributing to the world.
The NSR project is very close to all the people who work on that project. It's a fixed team that works on that project.
The Orks that we're building, phenomenal vessels. They handle the rough seas like no vessel I've ever experienced before. We have to run out into the rough waters and go and test them, you know, and it's a lot of fun, I have to say.
We've got a very rugged coastline.
It's not tropical, it's not flat, it's not easy. Changes from the Atlantic to the Indian, it's just, you've got to know what you're doing if you're going to put a boat in the water here.
The Ork's got this Humphreys system. It's like a trim tab system, which works automatically. So if you're going around the corner and the boat heels, it will push out a plate to level out the boat. So the boat always feels like it's level. Even if you're doing hard turns where a boat would generally bank, this boat just stays up straight.
There's that moment there where you actually look at all this tons of stuff and all this engineering, and Mother Nature's actually got the final say.
PE, just get ready. Your baby's coming home.
We had a big welcome. The port put on a big display with tugs spraying water and a lot of crew on station and everybody welcoming us. Safety and comfort-wise, it's different level completely. You just feel so safe
Within the first week, you already had to use the orc.
Yeah, within a week, we were out there on our first rescue mission to get an injured crewman off a vessel, yeah.
How do you feel about the title when someone calls you a hero?
It's the pat on the back is nice, but hero status, I find it difficult to wear a cape.
And that leaves us with one final question. What can you do? If you like, you can directly support the NSRI, or you can become a volunteer. And maybe one day you can say, please don't call me a hero. I was simply doing what anyone in that situation would have done.